This AskReddit user asks, what really makes your blood boil? Vegans. I think it's important to clarify militant vegans. I'm fine with vegans who don't judge meat eaters. But militant vegans are just plain jerks. Yup. Unfortunately, the ones I know are annoying AF to the point where I cut them off from my life. Welcome to SJW culture. When people can't think of a user tag. When people don't eat enough cake. Glad we agree there. I see what you did there. FK Trump type posts getting 50k upvotes. Not because of Trump or not Trump, but lately everyone is posting it and getting all the votes. Then the next person does. Then the next. Then whatever sub you're on has no posts related to the sub. If it were any other topic going crazy, most subs will just do a mega thread to keep topics on point. Pics is especially terrible. A few people just repost old ones that got popular. I realize pics is a waste nowadays, but damn it, show me some actual cool pics. Yes, I know no context pics is a thing. People who make videos while driving. When I am cooked at 100 technically the truth. How's the blood at 83? Better at 69 to be honest. Child traffickers, pedophiles and rapists. They deserve the worst possible punishments imaginable. And then being like map positivity and trying to get accepted into society. Single-minded partisans in US politics. It's either you are full left-wing or full right-wing. The things my grandmother and uncle do. Thank you for actually answering the question and not just being a smartass and saying 100 degrees Celsius hi how hoo 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 hoo. TikTok ads. And just TikTok. And almost everybody that posts a TikTok video is compelled to put "found this on TikTok" in the title. We know. The TikTok logo is plastered on every TikTok video. For fuck's sake. We're not going to have to watch Ancient Aliens for theories on where the DN video came from. Seeing people constantly compare themselves to others to try to put people down or make themselves feel better. Animal abusers. The ones who really beat animals with intent to hurt someone weaker than them. From the psychopaths to just people who are bullies. To the worker who beats them and stuns them until they walk into the slaughterhouses. To meat processing plant workers who spin animals' heads around on their fingers or use it to play soccer. To the person who pays them to do it. These animals need to be rescued from you. The fact that wearing a face mask has somehow become politicized in the US. Even if you think COVID-19 is fake. Which I also don't understand. Why not just play it safe and wear a mask anyway? You literally have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. I asked this question in my city's Reddit group. And people got triggered real quick. Apparently they think it's stupid and wasn't useful. To me it's not about it being fake or not, it's about stupid people using masks and gloves. Which gives them a faux sense of safety so they don't wash their hands as frequently. Here. It was never made mandatory to wear it. Quarantine has been over since 1st of May. Not educating people properly is the problem. Yeah, if you don't wear one. You're kinda ABH. Like if you can't go a few minutes wearing one at an ice cream stand to make the employees feel a little better. You're ABH. It's not about freedom. It's about being such ABH that you can't do something that little kids are doing no problem. When I go to answer a question on AskReddit, with a really witty answer in mind and literally everyone had already responded with that exact answer. I was also gonna say heat or 100 degrees Celsius. What about 212 degrees in freedom units? Could that work as a technicality? Actually, blood boils at 7 donuts per bald eagle within a cubic mile of McDonald's. When someone is driving slow in the passing lane and I can't get around them. People littering. Everything nowadays. You should probably get that checked out. High BP is no joke. When the captcha says, Check all boxes with traffic lights. But you're not sure about that one box. Even more so when the image and what you have to look for are strictly American and my non-American AE has to find out what the thing even looks like first. I got fire hydrants tonight. The bright red and yellow ones were easy, but I still have no idea if the white thing was a hydrant or just some weird bollard. And it's made of like 6 pixels plus some smeared JPEG artifacts. Maybe it's a dog? FK. Gotta retry. It probably was a hydrant. Everyone with their hand out. Extremists. Cancel culture. People who play the victim. Rioters, looters. AE cops. People who act like punks then claim police brutality. Not talking about George. White people who pander to blacks. The term African American. Racism against whites or people in addition to black people that is never punished or called out. Cops with too much power. Your username makes me think that we're twin brothers in soul. Brother, is that you? It is I. Chicken Lord II. Animal cruelty. Yeah, I mean if you don't like animals then just walk past. They don't harass you just because. Everything lately. People who try to shove their political views in others' faces. Reddit atheists that constantly bash on religion. Religious people. Or anything that even remotely resembles belief in a deity. And these comments and posts always get hundreds of upvotes for some reason. Also the reverse. Though I see it way less on Reddit than literally everywhere else. Just bashing on other people in a general sense. I'm willing to discuss my opinion. But it doesn't make you my enemy if you disagree. Trying to verbally rip one another apart over whose worldview is best is not productive. Agreed. They say they hate religious people bashing on atheism and then they start bashing on religion. People who don't use their freaking turn signals. Or the people who use them after they change lanes. Yes. Why are you slamming on your brakes and only putting on a signal 0? 3 seconds before you turn? Lane hoggers. When someone asks, what really makes your blood boil, instead of what really grinds your gears? What really grinds my gears is that people misunderstand that the gear wars never really were about the gears at all. What really grinds my gears is when my blood is boiling. What really jams up your jimmies? Quote. People who don't use their indicators. Human ignorance. People who spread ignorance rather than educate themselves on facts. And worse, those who purposefully misconstrue facts in order to accommodate that ignorance. Facts are constructed to answer a clearly defined problem. Hence, on their own, i.e., without proper framing, they are of little value. They never speak for themselves. Otherwise, you just get the mind-numbing confrontations between dogmatics on one hand and pedantic sophists, positivists on the other. Best example I can think of are those sterile Christian sect guy versus neckbeard. Atheist clashes. People who don't clean up after themselves. Can you clean the counter? I'm tired. And the people that leave messes because it's their job. Dude, STF, you clean up after yourself. It only takes 20 seconds, makes their day a little better. Like putting shopping carts away. Grr. Grown ass women giving each other the silent treatment in a work environment. Seriously. Get your ST together or get a new job. The vacuum of outer space. Ah yes. EMTYSUCCC VODE. People who don't rinse their dishes after they wash them. You wouldn't leave the shower covered in suds and just air dry yourself, so why the HL would you do that with dishes? Actually, I do air dry myself. Do people actually do this? They just leave their soapy dishes to dry. Yes. It's the norm in the UK because the first washing up liquid ads showed people doing it and it just stuck. People never realized it was wrong or gave it a second thought and it became the norm, and it's disgusting and needs to stop. Some people even have this buildup of gunk at the bottom of the plastic tray thing where they stack them to dry. The stupid rat race that we call society. When every job listing needs 2+ years experience in the field. You can't get the job without the experience. You can't get the experience without the job. You are forced either lie or get paid in exposure for 2 years. Then they inform you that this an entry-level position. When people say unnecessary comments. I'm not a fan of any sports, but I think it's pretty cool if you are. I am watching TV. I'm hungry. Voter suppression in the U.S. We should not have one party attempting to make it as difficult as possible to vote. If that party knows they would lose truly democratic elections, they should adapt their party platform to become more competitive, making it hard for working people to vote as un-American. People that are indifferent and treat bad others. Entitlement in all of its forms. Like when some CT drives on the shoulder to skip ahead of traffic. For example. Or on a more personal note. I have an uncle, Dad's brother, who owes my parents quite a lot of money. Yet he has convinced himself he doesn't have to pay because they're better off than he is. And keeps asking for more at times. Or always expects them to pay for expenses on their joint properties. Suffice it to say, I haven't spoken to him in half a decade. If I see him, I probably won't be able to hold myself. That kind of entitlement is absolutely infuriating. That's a good one. He must be one of them narcissist. The fact my PS4 sounds like Gatwick's runway. Anybody who reminds me of myself when I was younger. How annoying and autistic they are. I'm autistic if anybody asks why. People that aren't willing to listen to someone else's opinion. Life consists of developing opinions and constantly changing them. Once you form one, it isn't immediately set in stone. Which many don't seem to understand. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to someone else's point of view. I know. When was the last time you changed someone's mind about something? It gets tiring. I'm not sure if I ever have. Haha. It doesn't necessarily even need to change. I just wish more people were willing to listen. So many are quick to defend their opinion, even when it isn't being attacked. And you have to ask yourself as well. Have someone ever changed your mind about something? If you do, you have your answer in your question. If not, then it's just really a cycle and it will be forever tiring. People who put their dogs loose in the bed of their pickup truck and drive on the highway. When people let food spoil in their fridge. I hate food waste. Watching a movie while my friends are on their phones. I hate it when my friends just start chatting. Snapping whatnot when we are doing something or just hanging around. FGHL, put your phone down for once. I can multitask. Then, go home and do that. Facepalm. Those kiosks at the mall that harass you when you walk by. I know y'all are just trying to make a living. But I don't need you to chase me down and scream in my face to convince me to buy something. A few years ago, one of those guys abused my wife. She took his sample of hand cream and then when she refused to buy any, he cussed her. When she got home, she looked up the hand cream he was selling. And the cost was something like 1/3 on Amazon. A month or so after that, I went to the mall and found the kiosk man. He fit her description perfectly. And he was trying to sell 2 or 3 women his hand cream. I walked up to them and told them the same product was on Amazon for less than half the price. The vendor went absolutely nuts. I thought he was going to attack me. But it was 100% worth it. The nerve of some people. I'm sorry to hear that your wife was treated so poorly. But good on you for informing others. It might have lost him a couple of sales. But I think that's justified considering he was not only conning these women, but outright cussing them out. That would be pretty scary to get attacked by a mall kiosk lotion salesman. When liberals on our politics defend Chaz. Right now, when people don't keep their FG distance when I'm out trying to social distance for the sake of my family. Get the FK away from me. Get some awareness for the people around you instead of just thinking about yourself. Similarly, when you run the same route every day, you are bound to run into the same people who also share the same route as you. And with Corona, what really pd me the FK off is when it'd be running and see the same people every day and certain ones would never move off the sidewalk to socially distance. They always left it up to me. As if they just couldn't be bothered but instead could only bother me. I put an end to those entitled pricks very quickly. Did you murder them? 'Cause it sounds like you murdered them. Did you give them an acid bath or something? Sounds pretty ominous. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.